What's up everyone? Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like and subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon. We've just hit 20k subscribers, so thank you all so much. Let's get to 30. Check out all the links in the description. There's an absolute ton of free crypto and bonuses to take advantage of there. And you can also sign up to our brand new Udemy course for serious investors, where we've just released our Basics of Technical Analysis course. Make sure to watch till the end for short and long-term price predictions. That's where the good stuff is. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. Emerald Nodes is a project that's been on our radar personally for a while now. With its launch on the 29th of March, we're keen to cover the project as we believe they've been hitting it out of the park in terms of the quality that we're looking for in terms of potential new, sustainably minded projects out there. From what we've seen so far, in terms of the information we've seen from the team, as well as the professional nature of the project in all aspects, we're interested to share more about this potential gem and the reasons we think it's going to perform well. We've seen a huge overturn of node projects over the past 5 or 6 months as they've rose to prominence. From the first infamous Ring Financial all the way through hundreds more projects to the point which we've reached now, where many projects in the node space seem as though they're running out of steam. From the recent wider world events, the market has been turbulent, but many projects are actually holding fairly strong. And it seems as though the negative price impact and political and economic events we're seeing were already priced into the recent bearish sentiment we've seen in crypto, particularly for the past few months. Node prices have been no exception to this, and we've seen a downturn in the price action of many projects due to the lessening demand to buy into them, partly due to the lack of interest, and also profits being taken through fear, which has led to a great deal of sell pressure, at least from what we've seen with most projects. This is where Emerald comes in. We'd consider Emerald Nodes as a second generation node project, coming at a time where a lot of the first generation projects are starting to die out at a rapid pace, due to the lack of prolonged sustainability that we've been alluding to. We've been looking heavily into some of the top quality node projects that are coming up, and specifically into their tokenomics and sustainability models in terms of sheer quality. And we think, along with a few other honourable mentions, Project Europa, Hive Investments and Forest Financial, the Emerald Nodes has a very good chance of being successful if they can succeed in nailing their launch and the first month or so of their life cycle. These second generation node projects have all the knowledge of being able to study and understand where their predecessors are struggling, and moreover improve upon their mistakes of the past to increase the potential for success in the future. We believe that Emerald Nodes is one such project that is most likely going to achieve this goal, and we'll be exploring this in this video. As we previously mentioned, node projects are a concept that has gained a huge amount of traction over the past 6 months, and as the space has developed, we've really started to gain an understanding of exactly what it means to create and maintain a successful node project. The original node project that many referred to is Strong, which has performed admirably over the past few years and has provided massive gains to be made by early investors into the project, and this seems especially true for the majority of node projects in general. Usually with node projects, you exchange the protocol's token for a node, which then gives you a payout of tokens over a period of time, where you hopefully make your return on investment and then profit afterwards, or compound your tokens into more nodes to spin up the yield you receive. The obvious problem with this, as it has been the case with so many projects in the node space in the past, is a simple case of supply and demand. Once a project starts to accumulate sell pressure when more and more nodes are created and start getting cashed out, it puts a massive strain on the token value and therefore can cause massive pumps at launch, followed by sustained downtrends towards zero, which we are now seeing with many node projects. Some projects have implemented various mechanics to try and mitigate the sell pressure, such as sell taxes to build up treasuries, cutting rewards to increase the runway, but in the end, most projects fail to generate prolonged interest to maintain a good price, and this is something that even Strong is now suffering from. Emerald Nodes is a Generation 2 node project aiming to build on the progress made by other protocols and to increase its likelihood of sustainable success going into the future. The first thing we immediately noticed is that Emerald is launching on the Avalanche network, which is already a huge boon in our opinion. The vast majority of node projects, and therefore liquidity, have been on the AVAX network for some time, and therefore gives the protocol a greater chance of reaching a large market cap in our opinion. We've seen great projects on other blockchains such as Binance Smart Chain or Polygon, but they failed to capture a substantial market cap, and I think this is one of the contributing factors, as well as the ease of being able to bridge and just the general cheap fees and gas network functionality that AVAX provides. make it a fine choice for the launch. Emerald intends to run actual validator nodes that will help support the Avalanche ecosystem as well, which in turn is a massive bonus to legitimize their operation. This is a very high barrier to entry task for the vast majority of people, but is extremely necessary for blockchains to function correctly, especially with the huge amount of growth that Avalanche itself has been seeing over the past year or so in terms of TVL. This is only set to increase over time as alternatives to Ethereum continue to be sought after, and Avalanche is one blockchain that has benefited heavily as a result. We've seen huge projects launched on it and they continue to do so. Emerald also plan to go cross-chain in the future once they've ironed out their model for providing validated nodes and sustainability. One of the main ways that Emerald is going to perform better than previous node projects from what we can tell is their emphasis on using a bonding structure to create nodes. This means their protocol will generate income at a steady rate and they can grow their treasury to create an actual backing for their protocol quickly, meaning the value of the nodes and the protocol overall will not just be derived by current trading price of the token itself, but also of the yield that the treasury will be able to generate also. Bonding mechanisms have been implemented before, but we have not seen widespread use, despite their incredible value to the protocol, as it limits the fluctuations to the token's value of a protocol massively, and thus increasing sentiment surrounding the asset and stability. The main part of the protocol that we've been fixated on is the ability for anyone to sell their node back to the treasury using the BPN or backing per node price, which is as fascinating a concept as it sounds in our opinion. The backing per node price is calculated by dividing the treasury by the total supply of nodes, and you'll get the backing per node. This means as the treasury increases in value as it generates yields, the minimum backing per node is also going to increase, giving them intrinsic value beyond the yield of the tokens they provide as well. This will help to manage the total supply of nodes, and holders get rewarded with more of a fair share. Furthermore, this helps to push the sustainability as well, with a massive boon that cannot be overlooked considering how many node projects have ended up over the past few months giving in to massive sell pressure. Another element of the project that we believe will add massively to the sustainability of the protocol also is the tiered node system. With many node projects, all of the nodes will pay out the same amount of tokens at the same rate for each node, which is great for many early adopters, but as more and more nodes come online, this leads to a huge glut of sell pressure over time as the amount of nodes become unbearable to cope with the price action of the token. Emerald nodes will limit the sell pressure by having limited amounts of each node tier, which in turn decreases the amount of rewards that are given out. Higher yield nodes reward early adopters, whilst those that come in later on will get a lower yield node, meaning as nodes start to sell out, the amount of sell pressure will start to taper off, until the unlimited tier of nodes, which have substantially lower yield than that of the top tier nodes. We think this kind of system is essential for sustainability, as it really allows a tapering of the huge sell pressure as the project becomes more and more popular as time goes on. The final piece of the puzzle that we believe is absolutely essential, especially in the recent market conditions, is that the team of Emerald nodes is publicly doxed and KYC'd, which means that everyone knows who they are. Whilst this may not seem such a big deal to most people, recently in the node space in particular there's been a huge amount of rug pulls relative to the amount of projects that have been launching, and this is obviously easy to pull off when many of the teams are anonymous. As we know in cryptocurrency, every transaction is non-refundable unless special methods are put into place, meaning that protocols that have bad intentions can easily run off with the liquidity of a project and there is very little that investors can do about it. Typically called a rug pull or scam, developers can quite literally rip the money out of the project, send it to a wallet and take the funds. Whilst there are methods to track down wallets and addresses and find those responsible on rare occasions, most of the time the money is rarely found and returned to investors. If the trace of the blockchain trail of money can be severed via privacy coins, then the money is often gone forever. This is why the fact that Emerald nodes are doxed is so important, because it gives more trust and faith in the protocol to try and succeed, as well as not just running off with the money. If they did, everyone would know who they are, and they may very well get tracked down by local authorities of wherever they may reside. This extra layer of trust cannot be understated during the current market conditions. As always on this channel, we like to bring awareness to potentially early but risky projects, and nothing that we research or provide information about on this channel is a recommendation of what to buy. Emerald nodes is fairly early in its life cycle, having just launched. We provided this information and awareness so that our Maxi community can do their own research and decide whether they want to act for themselves. As we said, this project should be considered high risk, and DeFi projects with such small teams and market caps always are. A word of caution. Upon launch with many node projects with a large pre-sale allocation, there is often a very big pump followed by a large dump in terms of high levels of volatility. but this is often expected with launches with such a large amount of hype surrounding the protocol. And once this is tackled, it looks as though the price of the token is currently sitting just below its pre-sale value. And we believe that once things settle down and more bullish announcements and sustainable features are added to Emerald, the price will slowly start to rise. As we've already mentioned, we think Emerald's model is highly sustainable and over the long term should combat a lot of the typical issues that node projects see to face. Overall, we're really impressed with what we've seen with Emerald so far, and we believe that they can live up to the hype that is currently surrounding them, as there is a large following for them already, and this is likely to continue to grow as their protocol gains more legs. That's it guys, thank you all so much for your support. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe and comment down below to help us out with the algorithm, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Remember to follow us at Twitter at @crypto_maximal, as well as joining the free Discord where the alpha is posted all the time. We post almost all our content currently on Twitter, so get involved there, and make sure to sign up to yield nodes below to get 5 to 10% a month yield on your euros balance, an absolutely incredible opportunity. Tons of links below for free crypto, sign up and check them out. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.